If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. So for those of you that know the Camo Dave channel, he featured a channel of a young lady who was really having a bad time with RV life. I think the title of her video was, "I don't know if this lifestyle is for me." She was talking about the difficulties of this lifestyle and the problems she was having. She was crying on film. Well, Camo Dave said
she needs to get together, I think, with Rob there at Little House on the Road. Maybe they need to have lunch together and talk. You know, I think he could fill her in on some of the realities of RVing, especially in winter.
Thought it was funny, but I understand what he was saying. I mean, you know, my channel has been about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I've said this in the past. For every positive, there's two negatives. The good being the positive, and the bad and the ugly being the negative. Now, as everybody knows, we just spent most of the winter in Missouri. The week before we left, it dumped 20 inches of snow on top of our camper. And of course, I had to dig it out. And then the night before we left, it got down to 2 degrees. And so she's in this video, and she's crying, talking about the difficulties of staying in a camper in the winter. She just got the camper from Camping World, and they winterized the plumbing. And she was thinking, oh good, you know, now I don't have to worry about my plumbing. When she got back to the campground, she Googled what winterizing an RV is. And what that means is they put antifreeze in your plumbing, so you can't drink any of the water. She was talking about how there's no insulation in the camper. And she was talking about how in the middle of the night you have to get up and change out the propane tank because you ran out of propane. She says she's only been doing it a couple of weeks, and so she's going to give it a little bit more time. In the video, she said she doesn't understand why she's having such a bad time because it seems like everybody on YouTube, YouTube, seems to enjoy this lifestyle so much. YouTube is trying to sell a video. I've said this so many times. And I can bet you there's going to be 30 people saying, Rob, you're trying to sell a video too. Well, if I was selling a video, I wouldn't be telling you how hard this lifestyle is, because people come to watch videos about this lifestyle so they can dream and plan to do the lifestyle themselves. If I'm telling you the bad and ugly, nobody wants to hear that. I'm trying to sell reality, like this young woman just faced. The winter has been hard. Not just getting through, it has been hard on my body. Being stuck inside the camper for hours on end, you know, mentally I've done pretty good. I've been able to stay mentally active, playing, you know, card games and different, you know, mind games, numbers games, Sudoku. So, and then the internet and Netflix. So I've done pretty good keeping my mind active, but my body has really suffered. My left shoulder blade goes numb now when I sit down for too long. Of course, I've gained a lot of weight, so these walks in Florida are going to be nice. She's still trying to learn how the camper works. She's trying to learn about her vehicle, and she's never towed before, and she doesn't know how to back up the trailer. So she's having all these rookie problems, yet it seems like to me she's trying to be a full-time RVer. I can't imagine why anybody would do this. But I see it all the time. I go on Facebook, I see people get on Facebook. I just bought this camper, we're going full-time tomorrow. How do I empty the Blackwater tank? What? Tomorrow you're leaving and you don't know? It's not that simple. I have seen myself and 2 other channels try to explain electric, DC electric, batteries, solar panels, generators, inverters, converters, battery chargers. And it doesn't seem like we have a lot of luck explaining this. One guy used quarters to explain amp hours. Quarters, money, change, to explain amp hours. That's how difficult it is to try to understand electric for some people. You know, what is amps and volts and watts? How do I figure out how many watts my such and such uses? These are all the things that you need to spend a long time learning how to do. But if you're getting ready to start this lifestyle tomorrow and you're watching a video about electric and you're trying to figure out amp hours by a guy showing you how to use quarters, don't get me wrong, that was a great idea on how to explain it. But if you're that elementary on electric, you may want to give it a little bit more time and research to understand this. If you don't know how to tow a trailer and you're getting ready to tow a trailer from somewhere up north where it's really cold and you're going to travel down to Mexico, you may want to take some practice runs a few times. If you don't know what winterizing your pipes for the winter, you may want to take some time to learn this. Research, research, research. Look, when you go to the bathroom in your house, this is a pretty simple operation. You go to the bathroom, you use the toilet, you flush the toilet. And all the waste is taken away from you, and you use about 5 gallons of water when you do it. Well, out here, it gets a lot more complicated, especially if you're getting ready to go boondocking. Boondocking being out here in primitive campgrounds when there's nobody around you. There's no hookups, nothing that you can plug your camper into, nothing that you can, no water available. So these are all the things you need to figure out before you start living a lifestyle, because once you're out here, it's too late. You have to do test runs. I've said this so many times. In every season, you have to do a test run in rainy season, during the springtime, hot season during the summer. If you don't have air conditioning, that's going to be really miserable. And then you need to do a test run in 2-degree weather. Because at some point, no matter how hard you try to get to Arizona, you're going to be stuck in 2-degree weather. Become an expert on RV living before you become a full-time RVer. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.